All right, so we gave up on the ZeroTurn in the field. It has some kind of solenoid issue that is now preventing it from starting or disengaging the locks. So we're gonna move on to the oil change of this machine. Just like the other one, it has a drain with a hose. You can see this plastic hose. I've just connected it to the drain, so now we're just gonna use a 1/4 turn flathead just behind there. I don't know if you can see that. It's gonna be kind of shitty. Undo that and let it drain out. Take the filter off, put the new filter on, and then fill it up in here. There it goes. So while that's draining, now we're gonna start getting ready to take the oil filter off. And I think we're gonna go with this one that I had on the shelf.
We'll see. We're in no rush to take it off.
Yeah, we'll take the old one off and we'll see what it's like.
Also, the reason why we're doing it so early, like this thing has what?
5 hours on it?
New engine, new build. There's always silicone, lube, any type of foreign material that they use to put the motor together. So it's good to change out that initial filter and get new oil in there as soon as you can.
It's like a little break-in.
Yeah. And you've cut the grass like 1.5 times now, so that's like, it gets hot, long run times, so it's good to do it.
All right, Aiden is just writing the date of the oil change on the filter, June 7th. And we ended up using the PH8170 for that. The little one that we got seemed a bit too small. So I don't know what's going on with that, but that's not the right one, so I'm gonna return that one. And we're just gonna go with this one and we'll see how it is. If it's leaking, then I'll change it. If not, that's the one we get. So now we're gonna fill it up with oil and you know what we found? Getting 10W40 oil around here is very difficult. I couldn't get it in the large jugs. I had to get it in these small jugs, 1040. So that's what's recommended for here. So that's what we're gonna put in it and then we'll see how it goes. All right, so I just put oil in it, not the full amount, just enough that I'm gonna start it up now to let the oil go through the filter, and then we'll check it again. Okay, so, all right, so that's done. So now we're gonna start it up and back it out, clean up the floor, and then we're ready to go. That's my new Toro. We're gonna get rid of the old Toro when I can get it fixed. So I'm just gonna have to drag it into that little white gazebo that's down there to keep it out of the elements. Off the new Toro with the MyRide system. It's a 54-inch cut ZeroTurn. It's replacing my Time Cutter 5060 50-inch deck. I'm very happy. Well, there we go. If you haven't seen my short, which I posted a couple days ago, we have to fix the blade on the new MyRide ZeroTurn from Toro. It seemed to dislike touching a tree. And I'll show you right now. What I did was I went and picked up new blades. So there they are. These are OEM factory blades, but I was out cutting the front lawn the other day on Saturday before Father's Day, so happy Father's Day to all the fathers, belated I guess, and I clipped this tree and you can see that's the damage I did. Yes, I made a newbie mistake and I went on the counterclockwise way around the tree, and that meant the chute was facing the tree and it has an open section where the discharge area comes out, and I clipped the tree, which bent the blades. So I should have been going clockwise. I should have been going counterclockwise, as then it would have been riding on this side. But because this has an open fabricated deck, there's no bottom support, which helps with no clogging, of course. But if you lift up the plastic chute, it leaves yourself susceptible because the blades are exposed. So my tree came in, got stuck in here, bent the deflector, and bent the blade. So we're gonna change all 3 blades. That means I'll have 2 extras as backups, but I want them to be as balanced as possible. So for now, we'll put all 3 new blades on. I'll show you how to put the deck back on, because I hadn't shown that when I first did my reveal video of getting my new MyRide. And some of the issues I think will counter with that system. If you have the MyRide system with the way that this deck connects with chains to these stirrup hooks, you can already see that they're starting to get wear, and that's only after 1 use. So that's gonna be a bit of something to watch.
So, good?
Yep.
Already please?
Already getting on it.
Yeah, you're funny. Why are you using that thing? That thing doesn't work anything. That's to loosen already loose parts. Almost use a pry bar. Hold that.
That's what I'm talking about.
Looks good, bro.
Okay, so there you can see how bent that got. I didn't want to straighten it out and have it break apart on me. There's the other 2 blades that are still in really good shape, so I'll keep those. So one area of concern is this kind of pocket in the corner that seems to like to fill up with stuff. The other thing that's on here is this mound that seems to build up in the middle of nowhere. So we'll clean that up. And then I'm just gonna fix this deflector shield right now. Make sure that it's flat. That's weird. There. All right, so now to put these on, and just remember that you're supposed to put the sharp side as close to the grass as possible. Okay, so now that the blades are on, we're going to take the deck, slide it back under the MyRide ZeroTurn, hook up the belt, then hook up the chains, and then we'll drive the supporting rod through, and we'll take a look at that. So first thing to do, hook up the belt. All right then. Then you have to hook up this chain. So you have to pull it forward. And then lift up the deck each time and hook these chains on. Because right now they're in the lowest position. And this is the rod that you have to put in. And after about 5 hours, it's already starting to get worn. So I'm sure this is going to be a constant replacement. This is also what really holds the whole deck aligned. The chains just kind of hold it up, but this stops it from sliding side to side. So there's lots of pressure on the holes for this, which are this bracket here and this hole here on each side. So you have to line it up. Might be easier to take that spring off. So lining this up is kind of hard with just 2 fingers. I'll go to the other side. All right, so that's in. I am not a fan of this system at all. It takes a lot of effort and a lot of extra hands to get that to fit. On the older version, there used to be one rod that would hook up to the front of here with the same cotter pin or the same split pin. And then there was a carrier bracket on the back. You just had to lift the back off of that support system, take the belt off and then slide it out. It was fantastic. This system up here is extremely frustrating. So let's go out and test it. And I'll set that up. What I'm going to do for this as well, because this now I have it tied directly, if I have to take this deck out again, I have to untie this. I'm going to put a carabiner or something on that so that I can just disconnect it. But we'll do that in a short time. Now I just want to get out and test it to make sure that it's cutting properly, so we're going to go do that. Well, that's working much better. So this was a piece of plastic that I was stuck in here to stop it from rattling. But I think I'm gonna have to go with thicker foam pads or something, because that is annoying. All right, so that'll do it for this video. That was, I guess I'm gonna throw in the oil change and that, even though it's kind of a couple days apart, but I think that'll fill out the video nicely. So I appreciate you watching. If you like this content, please like and subscribe. Maybe share with your friends, because that is how you change the blades on a Toro time cutter, my ride, 54-inch with new blades. And don't do what I did and hit a tree. Also, let me know in the comments, what do you guys use old blades for? What can I make this into? Or make this with? I'll keep these ones as spares. But that'll do it. Thanks very much.